All right, so you guys have wanted a studio tour for a second. I've been slightly lazy, but I've also been like finalizing some stuff, and I didn't really want to show you guys until it was all done. Basically, that's basically what I'm telling you. But it's done, mostly. So I guess I'll just go through the best I can with one hand and show you guys around the new place. All right, so when you come in, this is basically what you see. Basically see some guitars. My door. So I guess we'll start right here. Here are the lights that I use for the videos. These are great video maker LED lights, LED panels that are dimmable, and you can change the temperature of the lights. You can also get some add-on diffusers, which are awesome. I mean, these lights are really, really awesome, and they're like, I think they were $200 each, and the battery life on them is just insane. I really, really love them. I was able to get rid of my giant lights that I actually didn't have room for, which was a huge issue in this room because it's kind of narrow, and then it kind of L's off and it opens up towards the end, and lights were a huge problem. So I have solved that issue. I'm still dialing in certain stuff with lights. I mean, that's always kind of an ongoing thing with new room, new lights, new camera, etc., etc. But yeah, these are just the three that I use in all sorts of different ways. You'll notice the sound paneling is the same as the old place. It's just Vicoustic USA. These are the same panels from the old room. I bought a couple of more for up here. Basically how it worked is I contacted Vicoustic. I am not currently a Vicoustic artist, but I was when the old room got fitted out, and I basically told them the panels that I had already, and they rescanned the room and told me where to put my existing panels, and then asked if I could put a few more here and there, and so I did. And it's pretty dead in here. It's not super, super dead. I like a slight liveliness, but it's pretty dead. I guess we'll start with the guitars. Or not all of them, but you guys have seen a lot of these already. I have a couple of my signature Balaguer Hyperions. The latest one is this guy. This is basically a production new version, this way, of my original serial number 1 tour guitar, which is actually kind of beat up now. I've played this into the ground, and there are a few differences with this guitar that were never right because it was 001. There's no volute right here, and the neck is quite thin. So like for really hot stages, the tuning kind of goes equally sharp or equally flat. Like it's seen some miles, and it's been so faithful and so reliable. But I always like the neck that's supposed to be on my Hyperions, which is a little bit bigger of a neck. So Joe was nice enough to send me an actual correct guitar, just because I never had one in the burst finish. You guys have seen the Seafoam lots. I recorded the entire self-titled Rest Repose EP with this guitar. Let's see. There's a Dunable Yeti that Sasha made me, which is super cool. I believe this is called Lemon Drop Burst or something like that. I really like how the neck is kind of bursted as well. Very nice stuff, Sasha. Put that away. Ernie Ball. My Valentine you guys have seen. Most of these you guys have seen. I love this guitar. A guitar that I really, really like is this Armada. I saw this in the showroom in the corner with no strings when I visited Ernie Ball last year. And I was like, well, what's that guitar doing in the corner? and My guy Tim, hi Tim, I love you. Tim from Murray Ball said, "Oh, that was Steve Stevens' B guitar for the last Billy Idol tour, and it came back, and we haven't done anything with it." And it was pretty gross. It needed a cleaning, and there was no strings on it. And I said, "I want this guitar. I want to have it." And he said, "Okay, take it," and I took it. But it sounds huge. It's really warm, and I just love how it plays. It plays like a Les Paul, but is much, much lighter. This is a custom shop Jaguar from Fender that you guys have seen before. It's a nice guitar. Love it. You've seen my old Strat, my Mexi Strat. I don't know if you guys have seen this too much. This is a dual mag custom shop Fender Strat with roasted maple neck and a roasted body. And it has the dual mag guitar pickups with the grease bucket circuit, meaning it doesn't add bass when you roll off the tone, it just rolls off the top end, which I love. This is one of my favorite sounding guitars I've ever played. We unboxed this at the guitar store in Seattle. One day a week I go up to the guitar store and I make social media content for them, for my buddy James. And we unboxed this guitar, and after the unboxing it, I was like, can I see that for a second? This is not all my guitars. You guys are probably wondering where my Gibsons are. They're in a closet. I don't ever play my RDs anymore because they don't stay in tune because they're old. And because I have the Balaguers. So why would I play old, out of tune 70s guitars? My Les Paul is in the closet in the other room. I'm not gonna get that out because I don't really care. The Unified guitar that I did the video of. You guys have seen the Telly. This is a Rode NTG2 that I got used on eBay like 6 years ago. I think there's something wrong with it. Not really sure. It's gonna be replaced soon with the Sennheiser though. Here's Mario. It's Mastodon. This is a Canon C100 Mark II cinema camera that I use to shoot a lot of the videos, with a Tokina 11 to 16 millimeter f.2 or f2.8 lens. Lovely sharp lens, steps down quite far, and just a lovely, lovely camera with a three-legged thing. I don't remember the name, but it's the big one. Three-legged thing. Tripods are generally what I use. I just love them. They're carbon fiber, they're light, they are compact as hell, and I can travel with them, and they can take a beating. I've road tested another one that you guys will see here shortly, and they're just so reliable. They're a little expensive, but not crazy, and I just love them. So I buy these just so they're all the same. More stuff. Here's a Universal Audio aux. How about the desk area? This is a Herman Miller Aeron chair, which is like the studio standard chair. It's like the most comfortable thing ever. It's super, super awesome. Kensington trackball, a Craft, a Logitech Craft keyboard that, I don't know if you can see, it gets dark enough, but it lights up when I get close to it. This is the controller for my Satori. I guess we'll go from the top. We have a power conditioner. We have Universal Audio Apollo 8. The Universal Audio Satellite is just more horsepower for the Universal Audio Apollo. The Satori monitor controller. I can do all sorts of stuff with this. We have the Helix, which is currently off right now, and just a patch bay. Hosa cables, because I have a Hosa cable endorsement. Dylan is the man, and I love Hosa cables. They sound great. They're super reliable, and we beat the crap out of them on the road in rest repose. Roll over them with cabs. It doesn't matter. These are Neumann KH80 DSP monitors, and these are Neumann KH310A monitors, which are very, very nice. I've just kind of gone all Neumann. I did have some Adams, which I actually use at another location. I still have them, but I kind of use them for remote mixing and another thing I'm doing, and I took them out of here because I just liked the clarity of the Neumanns and the accuracy of the Neumanns. Found the Adams to be a little scooped over time compared to other monitors, so I just took them out of the equation for here for now, but that may change. I don't know. This is a 32-inch BenQ 3200 4K monitor. Ernie Ball coaster, super cool. This is just my phone charger, no big deal. On this rack, we have power conditioner, Two Notes Torpedo Studio, Stam 1073 MPA, an Audioscape SSL clone compressor, Warm Audio 1176, and a Hosa patch bay for going into the backs of these things. But I don't use these two guys very often anymore. Sometimes I will. But yeah, that's the front of the desk. The computer I'm running, if you can kind of see it back here, is a brand new Mac Pro. It's an 8-core, 3 gigahertz clock speed, 12 gigs of RAM. I love it. So the thing I've always had to kind of balance with this kind of a setup is I have to balance video work and audio work. So, you know, the computer that I just got, you know, I used to have an iMac. I had to really weigh the pros and cons of both audio and video, and I needed a video editing beast. Now, all you Windows fanboys, you know, are always commenting, oh, you shouldn't have got a Mac Pro, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, for my needs, the trash can Mac Pro is king, and it's been wonderful. It's been a great computer. I've only had it for like 2 months, but it's been great. Let's see. This is the cheapest guitar on Amazon. That video did 1 million views in just a couple of days and was huge for me and changed a lot of things for me in the YouTube world. And I kind of keep this here just to the left of where I'm sitting, so I always kind of look over and just, so it reminds me, with all those other expensive guitars, it's ironic that, you know, this $75 guitar changed so much for me. So I just kind of keep it there as a reminder to be humble. This is a Fender Blues Junior 4 from Fender. I bought it at the guitar store in Seattle. It's a lovely amplifier. I just loved how it sounded. I loved how fuzz pedals sounded into it. And then if you go behind my desk, so there's like 3 feet from the wall, my desk. If you go behind my desk, I have some amps. I recently became an official Orange artist, and I'm so happy to be with them. I've been working with Orange with this channel since early 2012 or so. Those guys have always been really great to work with, and they've been good to me. And for Rest Repose's music, when I got the Rockaverb 50, which is this guy, I was just like, I don't want to send this back. I don't want to keep this. Can we talk about this? And they said, you know, we would love to have you on the artist roster, man. And, you know, we'd love to see you playing our stuff. And I said, yeah, I would love to play your stuff, like in an unofficial capacity. And that's just kind of how it happened. This is a Thunderverb 50. And then we have a Rockaverb Mark III And then we have an OR100, which is probably my favorite orange amp ever. I just absolutely love this amp. My buddy Curtis sold it to me. And then we have an OR15, which is really great for like low gain stuff. I use this amp a lot at the guitar store, and I just loved it, so I bought one. Then we have the Reno 800, which I reshelled. I found this 800 in Reno for $700. It's a 1985 2203. And then a Randall Century 200, the Dimebag Darrell amp, the Pantera amp, as it were. I have my subwoofer, by the way, right here, and a solid state, 4 terabyte solid state external drive going into the Mac Pro for video editing and audio. Anyway, sorry. Next with the amplifiers, we have a Mesa Boogie JP2C, which you guys have seen. My Rev Generator 100 Mark II, and then a Reborn dual rectifier that was actually made on my daughter's birthday, so which is pretty cool and ironic. Not on purpose, but I think that's pretty cool. And I did the last Rest Repose tour with it. It was awesome, and you guys know I'm a huge fan of dual rectifiers, so gotta have a dual rectifier around, right? Let's see, we have a failure poster. And then in here, we have a little closet, and this is just kind of where I keep the stuff. I like pedals. I like drive pedals and fuzz pedals, as you can see. I'm also a Dunlop artist, and Chris from Dunlop always hooks it up with picks and pedals and whatever I need. The Dunlop guys are there for me, and I've been a Dunlop artist for years. Yeah, it's just a lot of pedals. If I see something I like, I'll generally probably get it. I have a Fuzzrocious Gray Stash fuzz, a Noise Diet Submarine fuzz, have some Eris Effects stuff, Tanuki Drive, you know, Russian Pickle, Blue Hippo, Sugar Drive. Then above this stuff is just stuff, old hard drives, a couple of interfaces, cleaning stuff, incense, always got to have that. Rick and Morty stuff, batteries, orange amp, microphones, tubes, strings. I've been an Ernie Ball artist for a second now, and I'm lucky enough to be on all the packs now. My name is listed on the back, which is a huge honor. Ernie Ball has been amazing to me and Rest Repose. Shout out to Ernie Ball. Here are all my camera lenses for various things. This is an extra Helix control for my Helix. Microphone I use for like podcasts and voiceover stuff. It's a Sterling ST159. Reamp box, DI box, Little Labs. My 64 audio in-ears. Just, you know, tuner stuff. Yeah, just a lot of pedals. I have a Sennheiser 609. You know, this stuff is still the same. It's still just, you know, I got microphones and just various stuff. Camera cards, chargers, cables, Hosa cables. Love them, use them, abuse them. This is my dad rigged battery charging station. I got sick and tired of all my different various battery chargers just kind of being on the ground. They used to be right there, just all over here, and I got tired of tripping over them. So one day I went to Home Depot and got some plasterboard stuff and a hot glue gun and glued everything to the board. Just, it's, I don't know, it's sloppy and I don't care. It's functional, and that's what I like about it. Some extra cables. This is a Coffee Cabs 212 cabinet in purple because my girlfriend's hair is purple. That's why I asked for it to be purple. That I will be demoing soon. And then a Gravity Cabs, or Gravity Enclosures 212 with creambacks. And I got this because I didn't have anything with creambacks in it. And Keith works with Joe Balaguer, and Joe has some of the Gravity stuff in the showroom for the Balaguer guitar stuff. And I said, hey, Keith, can I buy a cab? I said, yeah, sure. What speakers do you want in it? And I chose creambacks because I miss my old cab with creambacks because I just love how those sound. Here's my basses. This is my Ernie Ball. This is a formerly toured, I think. This was on Warped Tour. It's kind of beat up. I know you guys can't see it on the finish, but there's like a whole bunch of like wear marks and scratches, and like the back of the neck's kind of dirty. And it's awesome. It sounds just awesome. I've always loved Stingray basses. I said years ago in an old FAQ Monday, like if I had to choose one bass for the rest of my life, it'd be a Stingray bass because I just love that humbucker sound. Here's a Sterling by Music Man, Ray 34 bass that I use for drop C. And then a really cheap sub bass that Josh used to use in Rest Repose. That's dusty and had the pickup changed, and this thing is pretty beat up. It just sounds awesome. I love the neck on it. Yeah, great basses. Can't say enough good things about those. Let's see, what else? Lots of fuzzes, old wah pedals. I don't know. Well, that does it for the studio tour for 2018. I hope you've enjoyed it, you nerds. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I will get to them as I can. And yeah, I guess I will see you for the 2019 studio tour in 7 or 8 months or whatever it is. Fluff out.